Hello people, and welcome back to another video. And today I just want to let you know about my new YouTube channel. It's called Christopher's Games and Stuff. And basically on the channel, I am going to be showing you how, I don't know, video games, like how to on those video games, and also like other stuff, like I'm gonna move that building a Boeing 747 out of paper and make like an actually fly series. You know that one? I'm gonna move it to that other channel. And then I'm also gonna start putting gaming content on that channel. On that channel, I'll be uploading videos 3 times a week. And on this channel, I'm actually gonna start also putting up videos 3 times a week instead of 7 times a week, because that was just too much. Well, I hope you go check out that channel. I encourage you to. And with that, let's just get started with this video. Today, I am going to show you how to take care of a blue death feigning beetle. Now, this is my blue death feigning beetle enclosure. I used to have 2 blue death feigning beetles, but one of them died, probably of old age because it was wild caught. But in here, there's one still hiding underneath those logs. Yeah, blue death feigning beetles are probably the easiest pets to take care of. They just need a little heat, substrate, some decoration, some hides, and the substrate. Yeah. So, starting with temperature. A good temperature here. So the hot spot, recommend about 85 degrees. In the cool spot on the other side, it should be about room temperature. So right now the hot side is 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's the recommended. On this side, it's room temperature. I don't have a thermometer to check that though. And yeah, when it comes to humidity, you want it to be really dry, like low 20s. It's in 37. It's still decreasing since I put the bedding in, which was like a month ago. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, they like it really dry. Now, hiding spots, they just need maybe a couple logs here and there. That will help a lot, so they can hide during the day. They'll usually come out at night. They may come out a little bit during the day too. Alright, next is, well, decorations. I have these dead leaves spread out all over the place, and those little stone tiles there. That could be good. The wood also gives them some enrichment. They will climb those tiles in the wood. You also try to dig underneath the tiles, as you can see kind of like right there. And yeah, water. They'll get most of their water from food. You could slightly miss the cage, like just really lightly from time to time, to make sure they get their moisture in. But they'll get most of your moisture from food. Speaking of food, let's do feeding. Feeding, I recommend feed it every other day. Feed them every other day. There's beetle jelly in there right now. You could also feed freshly dead insects. So like maybe you freeze thaw dubia roaches or crickets or breadwinner roaches. Basically any insect that you killed, not that died of disease, but you want to kill it yourself, so then it actually is freshly dead, so then you don't want dried up. The reason why you do not want dried up insects is so they get hydration and more nutrients. Okay. Now when it comes to handling, they can be handled, but just don't handle them that often. Like maybe once a week at most. It's not really recommended. They're called blue death feigning beetles because they are blue. In that blue, they're actually black, but they look blue because of the wax they emit to kind of trap moisture so they don't dry out. And that's really important. But if you handle it, you can actually rub away that wax layer, and then they can dry out, which is bad. Another reason why is blue death feigning beetles, they kind of feign death. They play dead to kind of like scare away predators or like make predators not want to eat them. That's because their top predator is actually tarantulas in the wild, and tarantulas hunt like sensing vibrations. And then if blue death feigning beetles are still and play dead, tarantula would think they're dead. And tarantulas only eat live prey, which is it's why 100 IQ play from the blue death feigning beetle. You could keep blue death feigning beetles in a communal setup. It's actually recommended. In small groups of 2 or 3. This is a 10-gallon enclosure, so you could fit a lot of blue death feigning beetles in here. They need but you fit like a group of 3 blue death feigning beetles in here, which is good. Yeah, with regular insects though, they will eat each other or they'll fight over resources, which is the case for most animals, like males of the same species. That's not the case for these guys. Also, unusual thing these guys do. Regular beetles, they only live for months, but they spend years in their larval stage. But these beetles, they only spend like about a month or 2 in their larval stage, and then they spend up to 8 years as adult blue death feigning beetles, which is highly unusual. They are a type of darkling beetle, so they are actually related to mealworms, which is kind of weird because you would feed your leopard gecko mealworms. And so basically you're feeding the leopard gecko a type of blue death feigning beetle, so yeah, that's strange. But anyways, those are the basics of caring for a blue death feigning beetle. Nighttime temperatures, just saying, are about like 65 degrees, 65 to 70 degrees, maybe lower. And then you just remove stuff from the cage, like about every 3 days. You never have to change the bedding if you clean up the enclosure, which is good if you don't really have a lot of time to do things. And yeah, so I think the blue death feigning beetle, if you don't want to do a lot of things, like you want a really easy pet that you only have to take care of every 2 days, and you are around at night and not an early sleeper, then the blue death feigning beetle might be a good pet for you, a good fit. So anyways, those are the basics. I would search more information, but that covers almost everything about taking care of a blue death feigning beetle. So with that, I'll see you later, peoples.